Right, okay. Until I will open the presentation, if you have any question, you can ask now. Up to now, I think you are okay. Let me share the screen. Can you see my screen now?
Not. Yeah, yes, we can.
It's okay, no?
Yes.
Right. Since my friend someone is in the second time, then I have to do new things more. Right.
Tax is always new, no?
Yes, yes. That is with me, no?
Yeah. That's why you are joining, rejoining.
Then this time I will try my best to go with the what is called return file inside also. So, but because I can show you one important thing. We are going to upload that document. I don't know whether it is uploaded today. Last time also we were able to upload that document. Now you are familiar with the Inland Revenue website. And that day we went through some areas. Oh, it is happening.
Hello, sir.
Sorry. It's got down now.
Website was under maintenance.
Yes, under maintenance up to Monday. Yeah? Now you cannot get it. Then we will do that part later. Sorry. That message you got now?
Yes, there was a message.
Yes. Actually, you cannot go to the website or other places too. I want to show you the guideline that we have updated recently. You can see my screen now, no?
Yes.
Actually, we have developed this guideline from last year onwards. In addition to the normal document available in the Inland Revenue website, you know, if you go to the Inland Revenue website under downloads, we have forms and returns. Do you remember? Forms and return. Under forms and return, we have mainly 3 income tax returns which applicable for year of assessment 2024-25, IIT, PIT and CIT, right? IIT, PIT and CIT. In the sorry, this is not the updated document I plan to share with you. Give me 1 minute. Yes, I will share with you the updated document. We will discuss first and go to the relevant subject. Then with IIT, we have mainly individual income tax return, schedules to individual income tax return, and statement of asset and liability. We discussed that day. Although this guide to individual income tax return is available with that categories, what are the documents available, it is a normal guideline which is developed by the Secretariat branch of the Inland Revenue, right? Then this time I have a plan to develop 3 document sets to IIT, PIT, CIT in addition to this normal guideline which is issued by the Secretariat unit. As a result of that, last year when I became the Commissioner of Change Management Unit, we started that process, and who are the team with me who is engaged with the process of preparation of the IIT, PIT and CIT, now in the position to share some document. Actually, I myself went through this document and corrected. And this is simple guideline, okay? Guide to e-filing individual income tax. Definitely next week you can see this guideline, okay? And we will go through with that first because it would be better for everyone when we are talking parallel with the subject, okay? This document contains very simple flow for any person who is layman for taxation even can follow the guideline to submit their return online. You know, last year we introduced mandatory online return filing for IIT. But regarding company, we are somewhat familiar now, okay? Then since the IIT return make online mandatory from the last year, we introduced this guideline also. Last time I did not pay much attention on this document, but this time we were able to manage everything and prepare this document, right? You can see this guideline contain step by step how to go to e-service and how to use the e-service, and also we have given here the process. Okay, process. For example, you have to log into the IRD website using HTTPS whatever the irdgov.lk. Then you will see this page. Then you can go to the relevant language by selecting Sinhala or English or Tamil, whatever. And then you can select access to e-service. Then you have to log into the system as individual taxpayer or corporate taxpayer or tax agent for commonly we are discussing. But this document totally focused on the IIT. Therefore, you can see even we have put use the link to obtain the TIN and PIN, make the request. It may be authorized staff or tax agent, view authenticity certificate or to view payment voucher number likewise. And here also we have given an individual should have a taxpayer identification number to log into the system, then personal identification number PIN for e-filing of the return, and select individual taxpayer and tap process to the login, right? Then you have your credential to join the system as you. Then you have to type TIN and PIN, then CAPTCHA given. On the other hand, this PIN first time IRD will issue. Then you have to change that PIN by using this process. Okay. Then you can go to the dashboard available in the Inland Revenue website. Now you know this dashboard contain more development now, right? You can use the dashboard. If you are not yet registered for IIT, you may submit a request to initiate the registration process. You yourself, you can go to the registration request and you can make the request for IIT. Okay, then that is the process available. After that, what you have to do, if individual income tax IIT is not listed here, it indicates that you are not yet registered for IIT. Then under returns and schedule management, select individual income tax. And then what you have to do, right? If the table below is empty, it indicates that you are not yet registered for IIT for the current year of assessment. If you still need to file a return for year of assessment 2024-25, please submit a request for backdated registration using the taxpayer registration tab provided above. Then you have to go to the taxpayer registration here. Okay, and you have to make the request. And if you are already registered but the year of assessment not displayed, what is the meaning of that? Return has not yet been issued to you, right? Then you have to issue your return by yourself, right? If you are already registered but the year of assessment not displayed, you can self-issue the return using return issuance tab. Return issuance tab here. Are you okay with the process I am talking? Yes?
Yes.
Please, if you have any question, stop me, right? And also we are arranging so many, we plan to arrange so many programs to guide this IIT return filing, because this time we want to improve the IIT return. Last time, if you check the IRD annual report, last year annual report, our due date IIT compliance is 13.7, right? 13.7. Okay. Right. Then you can go with that. And then you can see you have self-issuance. You can use the self-issuance process. Okay, you have to declare all your sources of income for the current assessment year, select the applicable checkbox and next to the proceed. Now you know from the last year onwards, we have introduced 2 income tax returns for the individual. What are they?
Simplified
What are
return,
simplified return and
standard.
standard return. Last year, who are entitled for submitting the simplified return? Who are
Those who have
entitled?
employment income and interest income.
Interest income only, right? Employment income and interest income only. On the other hand, regarding employment income, there was another restriction. In the employment income, there can be primary employment and secondary employment. Last time, it was restricted to the primary employment. On the other hand, as I told you earlier, since last year is very first year that e-filing is made mandatory for individual, actually I myself did some initiation that we discussed with the ministry, and we took some people from the university as undergraduate trainees and we trained them, and we put some people in the regional office, some people in the ground floor of the IRD, and also some people in my unit where we have around 16 computers which use for the remis UAT purpose, and we support to the senior citizen. Okay, senior citizen to submit the returns. Okay, then we noticed that although we open for senior citizen only, since the number of people available in the ground floor, sometime some people send, we ask to come to our floor and we support according to the queue. Then there was a doctor from the general hospital, one lady came, and she has worked around 7 months in the Polonnaruwa hospital and 5 months in the general hospital. Then she is having 2 T10 certificates, right? 2 T10 certificates. Therefore, she has only primary employment, but 2 T10 certificates. Therefore, she was unable to use the simplified return. Therefore, we noticed those things and observe those things. And also finally, what was the results that we have made for this year is simplified return can be used for primary employment plus secondary employment both. Primary employment plus secondary employment both. On the other hand, you know, most of the individuals having solar income now. Solar income, where the people put their the people put solar panel on their roof and connected to the national grid, and they are getting solar income. On the other hand, you know, solar expenditure can be claimed as relief. Okay, relief. How much? How much can be claimed per annum?
600,000.
600,000. In the previous year, we introduced that claim with the return, simplified return. This time, we indicate income also. Now, solar income should be disclosed and expenditure can be claimed. Even if anyone having solar income plus primary employment and secondary employment, together with the interest income, he can go to the simplified return. Actually, we had the plan and we try our best to introduce this for the final withholding tax on dividend, where any person having dividend income subject to final withholding tax also to include in the simplified return. We were unable to manage this time, but next year definitely you will have that option also. Okay, you will have that option also. This time You can use the nil return also. For nil return also, you can use the simplified return. But other than that, you have to go to the standard return. Standard return. Is it clear? Is it
Excuse
clear?
me.
Yes.
Yeah. How can we compute the solar income?
Very good question. Now,
Is
regarding
the first
electricity
time I
board,
think.
yeah. So Saman, my friend, what is the option that you have with the CEB? They have 3 options, no?
Yes.
You can connect to the national grid. In some scenarios, they pay total amount to you. You pay your electricity bill.
Yes.
Some scenarios, net off scenario there.
Yeah.
Your electricity consumption will be reduced.
And it is paid.
Net is paid. And they have another scenario also, no? But not much use.
Yes.
Yes. Then somehow or other, by applying the unit rate, what is the income you got from the CEB should be calculated. Whatever the method you are using, for example, you know, for first 30 units, this is the price. 30 to 60, this is the price. 60 to 90, this is the price. Likewise, they have slabs, no? When calculating the electricity bill,
yes.
Then if it is net off amount, that bill value also should be considered as income. Your bill value.
Gross amount.
Gross amount, yes, gross amount. Gross amount to be considered.
Yeah. Then can
because
we
that is domestic expense, no? Your electricity bill means, as per the law, it is domestic expense.
Yeah.
Okay. If you are getting the gross amount, no issue. Then you can disclose that amount. If you are getting net amount, then you have to identify what is the gross amount.
Then what are the expenses that can be claimed if it's an income?
600,000 is allowed, no? Total investment you can claim within
As
3-4
a relief.
years, no? 3-4 years, no?
Yeah, yeah.
That is the reason. Now, for
And
example, if we consider it as a business income, then you can claim capital allowance, no? Am I correct?
Yeah.
To claim capital allowance, you should have the asset values. Only you are entitled for the asset value. But here, it is discussed about the total investment, no? You can claim 600,000 per annum. And if your investment is more than 3.6 million, then only you are in a trouble, no? Am I correct?
Understood.
Within 6 years, you have to claim total, no? Similar to losses.
Yes.
Therefore, if anyone having more than 3.6 million investment only, issue is arise. Right? Clear?
Clear. Something new, no?
Yeah. That is why I took this to discuss first, because our target, and also I myself did some seminars to the doctors in K.M.BUDDHIKA Hospital and Cancer Hospital, Japur University and NSBM University staff like that, because this time we have planned to improve the return compliance. Even if you have more than 500 employees in your group of company, if you can arrange the seminar, okay, if you ask us to come, we will come and support, right? Especially my friend Saman there, I think in your group also you may have more than 500 staff.
Yes.
You can arrange a seminar, then we can support. Because I observe that most of the institutions having big amount of the applicable people, but they don't have income tax files. Who should have the income tax files? Okay. Then as a process, we are in the process of increasing the number of income tax files also, where necessary, but useful file. right? Right. Any question from other team members? Yes. Up to now, are you okay? Everyone okay? Are you okay? Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I want to hear the others' voices also, because this is practical course in income tax. Okay. That is why I told you, like my friend Saman here, then he know how the outcome, not the output he got. Am I correct, my friend Saman?
Yes, yes.
Not the output, no?
Yeah.
For example, in the last batches, we did not discuss this part, because this is real time I have to discuss with you. Then if you are promoting at least 10, 15 people in your office, then they ask others also to use this, right? Definitely next week we will upload this to the website in the same place where the normal guidelines and written everything are available under the forms and returns. Okay. Now here you can see who are entitled for the simplified return. Individuals earning income from primary employment, secondary employment, who are having the residential solar panel installation, and individuals receiving interest income, only interest income, right, from the investment income category, and individuals meeting 2 or more of the above income sources, no issue, and individuals submitting a nil return also entitled for this. Then return filing process is available here. Actually, I am not going to explain everything here, but I want to show you important thing and process how it is going on. We have given step by step your process, and also what is the experience that you enjoy last year when you are going to file the simplified return? Yes. What is the experience? Whether you need to complete all the cages?
Sir, in interest income, they
Yeah.
already filled some cages.
Cages, no? Yes. Regarding employment income also, I think my friend
That
someone
also
will.
is there.
Yes, if your employer
Yeah.
submit the T10, submit the APIT return
Yeah.
by making all payment correctly, and also if they issue the T10 certificate, then those figures available with the IRD web,
Yeah.
right, and our premise system.
Yeah,
Okay,
but for certain companies, I have noticed not yet connected. Certain government institutions, they wanted me to file the return. At that time, when I got into this system, I noticed salary was not there.
Yes, yes.
Like
Because
hospitals and all these places.
no, yeah, that is why I told you. Actually, these days, what is my process is, I am trying my best to
Cover everything.
improve the return compliance of the IIT PIT. Sorry, not IIT, AIT and APIT. AIT and APIT. For example, our APIT and AIT compliance rate, APIT around 34, still 34, right? 34. And regarding year of assessment 2025 to 24-25, AIT around 29, right? There are so many reasons for that. For example, one reason is policy reasons. You know, regarding our regional officers and metro units also who are handling the individual income tax files, during February, March, April, what was the main duty given to them this time? Do you remember? What is the main duty given to the officers? There was a huge queue in the department. For what? Get in the tins.
Yeah.
Get in the tins.
Increase the number of tax registered person.
Not from the inland revenue side. Volunteer people came to inland revenue and asked the tin, why?
Yeah. It is required now, no, everywhere to clear a vehicle. even to register.
No. That is not the reason.
Then
Sir,
What is
to get the not detect the WST from the income,
that is the
interest income.
process, right? Senior citizen and so many people came to the inland revenue, and I think you noticed that since the withholding tax rate on interest increased to 10%, and also with the new law changes, okay, what was happened? What was happened? People came to the inland revenue, and up to June, that queue was there. Then our people, whether like or not, work on that, issuing tins. Therefore, the attention should be given for the APIT and AIT was not properly happened, right? Somehow or other, those lower rate of compliance from the APIT and AIT resulted to what? Non-availability of the relevant updated figures in the simplified IIT return. On the other hand, this time we did another improvement. Last year, who submitted the standard return? They did not see whatever the facilities available in the simplified return as indicating employment income, primary employment income, and interest income which subject to 5% withholding tax in last year, right? But this year, in a standard return also, we can see those details, okay, some of those details. But important thing here is, right, important thing here is, sometime there may be differences in whatever the declared values, because as my friend Saman told, please don't get upset other team members. I am highlighting Saman because he's asking very good question. I think having this kind of person in your group is very much important for everyone, because what are the questions he is raising are new things, okay. In the return itself, we indicate message, what are the figures which available online in the remis maybe differ from your actual figures. Therefore, you are having the opportunity to change them. If you have certificate with you for the interest deduction, then withholding deduction on interest, you can use the certificate and do the changes likewise, okay. Therefore, we are supporting to provide that opportunity to easy for taxpayers to submit the return, okay. Actually, from the government hospital where we visited for seminar, we went for the seminar, most of the doctors and nurses asked that why you can't declare all the interest incomes together with the employment income on return as provided in the current scenario, but not the total, and just to submit the return by the taxpayer. I think we can do that. We have that dream. The issue with us is, although IRD is totally ready, other parties who are involving with us as our stakeholders, maybe our information providers may be not yet properly do their job due to various reasons, right? That is the reason for having that kind of gap. I think my friend Saman understood what I am telling. Are you satisfied with the answer?
Yes.
Okay, good. Then with the asset and liability, with the return statement of asset and liability should be provided. Okay, and the value should be given as at 31st March 2025. And here also I have to talk something with you because in this online submission scenario, whatever you submitted last year as your asset and liability available in your asset and liability statement, the only thing that you have to do is update. That feature also very much important. Why? You need not fill all the cages again and again. Now, for example, changing house or changing your home is not happening every year. Now, for example, I am living in this home from 2012 onwards. Now 13 years in this home, right? Then my income tax file was opened in 2007 and I gave my asset and liability declaration for CBOC, currently CBOC, previously Bribery Commission, from 2005 onwards, right? Then during those periods, I have to disclose my asset and liability for both scenarios. And I'm happy that when developing the asset and liability declaration form for the new Bribery Act, what is after forming the CBOC, I was in a team and I helped them too much considering our IIT return statement of asset and liability and compare the things together. And also for that also we propose that online submission mechanism, and from next year onwards they will do that. Currently they are in the testing process. The system is developing and testing now, right? Then there also I propose to have the updation process. Okay, likewise. Then here also only thing that you have to update the figures. Okay. What is I want to discuss with you here is not the asset and liability. You can go through with this after I share this next week. Until this publish, I do not share this because this has been totally developed by one of my deputy commissioner, Mr. Rajit Senanayaka, who is doing this process, and his effort has been finally supervised by myself, and I did so many changes to the relevant places and did the development. And very much important thing here is with the introduction of the Inland Revenue Act number 24 of 2017, we have declaration part with two components, part A and part B. Part A should be completed by whom? If the tax return or any portion of thereof has been prepared by an approved accountant or any other individual for a fee, the taxpayer is required to disclose the relevant details of the person accordingly. Now, responsibility of submission of the return is not the duty of the tax agent. It is duty of the taxpayer. Therefore, taxpayer should disclose the details of the tax consultant under part A. Then part B is applicable for the taxpayer to disclose their own details. But in a practical scenario, is it happening in that manner or is it happening in the opposite side of this? How it is happening in the practical scenario?
Actually, it's happening in the opposite side, sir.
Opposite side, no? Because tax consultant getting the information from the taxpayer and ask the complete and submit the return even by using SSID, which is available with the taxpayer, password and everything share with the taxpayer sometime. Okay, am I correct?
Yeah, sir.
Regarding individual, actually, we have planned to do those changes also, because since the remis development has not support to register tax agent separately up to now, but we have tested that part also. Then we will do the development for that part. Then tax agent should be registered with the department, and in near future we can see who are the tax agents doing the tax practice in Sri Lanka, and also we have a plan to keep the ethical people in the system and remove the unethical and non-qualified people from the consultancy or tax agent position, right? Because that should be done, because in the real ground, sometime when the qualified people disagree to work on with the taxpayer's request, then they go to the second layer. If the second layer also ignore or not agree, then they go to take support from third layer. Am I correct? Sometime third layer may be unqualified people or partly qualified people, maybe, right? Okay. Then after submission, you can take the confirmation page like that. But I want to discuss not that. I will share these details. Actually, this document having the process of completing the return and schedules. With the IIT return, we have 10 schedules. Schedule 1 to disclose the employment income, right? Schedule 2 to disclose the business income. Employment income should be calculated on cash basis. Business income should be calculated based on accrual basis. And Schedule 3, investment income. Regarding investment income, taxpayer can decide what is the method he use, either cash basis or accrual basis. Whatever the selected method should be continued. Regarding other income, also same rule available. Schedule 4, you can disclose your other income by applying either accrual or cash basis, whatever you like. Then mandatory requirements available with the employment income on cash basis, business income on accrual basis. Accrual basis. Okay. Then I have one question. When it's come to the accounting standards regarding business income, what is the method used to disclose the business income and calculate the business profit? Yes,
Accrual basis.
accrual basis. Accrual basis. Even though we have some specific industries like construction industry. Accounting terms, we have to use accrual basis. For income tax purpose also, we have to go parallel with that scenario. But in the VAT law, section 23 discuss about disclosing income by approved people under section 23 on cash basis. Cash basis. Right? Then schedule 1, 2, 3, 4, very clear. According to the dominant principle, employment income first, business income second, investment income third, other income fourth. Same principle in the schedules also, schedule 1, 2, 3, 4. Link with the main return cages. When the schedule complete, automatically main return will be updated.
Excuse me.
Is, yeah.
Yeah, I have a small clarification regarding investment, savings income, investment income.
Okay.
So as you said, we have to take the option either accrual or cash basis, right? Say I have a fixed deposit for a period of 5 years. So
yes.
I am going to get the interest portion for all 5 years at the end of the 5th year, right? So when filing my returns, how should I apply? So if you say both ways, there are two options. First one is I can accrue my interest year by year and claim whatever the individual, tax-free limit. So I am benefited there. But without doing so, if I just take the cash basis at the 5th year, I will get only 1 year's personal allowance.
Yes.
So I'll be losing. In the first method, I am benefiting. So both are okay.
Yes, for that is why option is allowed to taxpayer to select.
Yes.
Okay. Whatever the benefited way you can select.
Can, no?
Okay. Only one thing is you cannot change in your example after 2 years lapse. You cannot change to the cash to accrual or accrual to cash. Whatever the selected method should be continued.
Continue, no?
Continue, yeah. Very beginning, you have to decide that what is the method I am using for this source.
So even if we get the interest at the end of the 5th year, we can accrue from first year, no? And do that so that we can get the benefit.
On the other hand, you can collect the withholding certificate annually, no?
No, that is not given. That's why I spoke to the bank also, this real practical scenario. What they said was, I have agreed with them for a period of 5 years. Only at the end of the 5th year, I get the interest.
But your interest income related to 5 years, no?
Yeah, 5 years, but we are getting it only at the end of the 5th year. So they are not going to issue us any WHT certificate because they haven't deducted, no. Because they are also accruing interest at the end of the 5th year and they don't deduct WHT. Even without WHT certificates, we can just calculate and file the return, no?
Issue with you is that annually you don't have any documentary evidence, no?
Yeah, that is why I raised this question here.
Then you have to go with the parallel with the bank procedure. How they do the accruing income, then you have to follow same method.
You mean cash basis?
Not cash, no? Then accrual basis.
No, if it is accrual basis, okay, but I won't get any documents. No, I can just come and do it. No.
definitely what is the basis followed by the bank should be followed
No,
by the
then,
taxpayer.
then it's a different answer, no?
Yes.
What the bank says it, they are going to accrue the interest only at the end of the fifth
No,
year.
I am telling that for tax purpose, the taxation is second part, no. Then
Mm.
to tax it, first thing there should be income.
Yeah,
And also, if the same income subject to withholding tax,
yeah,
there should be withholding certificate to claim. And if the bank is not issuing withholding tax certificate, that is the
yeah,
issue, right?
yeah,
Then
yeah,
if they issue the withholding certificate considering all income at the end of the 5 years, then you are entitled to claim that amount in the same year, no?
yes,
Therefore, but withholding law says that
yeah.
whatever the
It-
income received by any
So,
person should be monthly calculated before the 15th of the following month.
yeah,
Withholding tax should be deducted and remitted to the Commissioner General of Inland Revenue.
yeah, this
Okay.
really a practical question, but
Yes.
it's contradictory with the law then, no? Law says we have the option, accrual law,
Yes. Yes.
cash basis, but
Hmm.
when it comes to reality, we can
No,
apply
no, no. That is why that option is given, no?
no,
Since
given
in the
but can't use, no?
practical scenario, since we have both options, then when you are starting a FD, when you
Yeah,
are opening a FD with the bank, what is the method they follow. Okay.
yes,
Sometime same bank, if you have two products, then for two products there may be two way, right? Therefore, regarding that source, you can decide what is the method I am following for recognition of the income, right?
yeah. Finally, what you say is to apply the method that is applied by the bank.
Yes,
by this
because
notification.
otherwise you cannot claim the withholding tax even.
Yeah, that part is there. At the same time, we are losing that personal tax allowance of 1.8 million.
But Mr. Aman, one of my friend who was also having number of FDs,
Yeah.
and he was in one group of company as a head of tax for long period and got retirement, and now he's doing some private practicing also.
Mm.
Always when the return is open, he start to do his duty first, and he submit his return. Already he has submit his income tax return for the year of assessment 2020 425. I think he has submitted that return during the month of June or July.
Mhm.
Okay, June or July. And he told me that regarding his interest, what is the issue you have highlighted? And some of the finance companies, not the banks, has given him the certificate considering the annual scenario. Although fixed deposit is going for 5-6 years, then they
They can't give, no? Because
I
without,
don't know. It was done. They came to the agreement, I think.
no, then when we claim the WHT credit, department will check with the bank's remittances. So which is not there, no? I
No,
mean,
I think no, that in this scenario, that finance company has what is done, console the interest income to the capital amount, no? For example,
can, but no WHT, no?
eh?
No, that is correct. What you say is correct, but they are deducting WHT only at the end of the last month, right? So they can't issue WHT certificates for the, I mean, first year, second year, third year. Hope you got my point.
No, I don't know that what was done. That one finance company agreed like that. He told me, and he was able to collect the withholding certificate, which applicable for the current year.
Then he must be getting the interest annually for the 5 years. No, there is an option there.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's a practical issue. That's why I wanted to raise it. I think most
Yes,
of the people are facing it.
definitely should be addressed, no?
Yes.
Right, good. Then Under Schedule 4 other income, if anyone having other income, you have disclosed. And Schedule 5, this is what I want to discuss today. Because before going to the other parts, qualifying payment and expenditure relief. Okay. You can see a list of qualifying payment is available in Annexure 3, and there are 4 sub-schedules in Schedule 5. Right? Schedule 5A for qualifying payments made during the year. Schedule 5B for qualifying payment brought forward from the year of assessment 2023-24. Then Schedule 5C for expenditure on solar panel, fixing on his premises by resident individual made during the year. Actually, I think my friend someone also highlighted that you cannot put less than 600 figure there, no?
Yes, last time there was some issue. Then I wanted to go to the standard report.
Yeah. It was
Last time I told you. Now it
yes,
is okay. I think.
it was discussed with my team also.
Yeah.
They are having a plan and they
And
have
this
done
time it
some.
was okay.
Okay, yes, I think already now corrected.
Corrected.
Yes. But when we discussed 2 weeks before, it was there.
Issue was there.
Yeah, issue was there, I think, and it is
I filed
corrected.
the return some around 1.5 months back. Not filed,
Okay.
just filed the return. At that time, it was not there. I don't know.
But
Anyway,
someone has asked that, and we check 2 weeks before, and I think if so, it is okay. I think.
The latest issue with regard to that is the carried forward this amount is not correct. I mean, say investment is 1 million. This year you pay 600,000. Balance 400,000 go to the next year. No?
Yes.
That is not going properly. I didn't find that issue. One of my friend told.
We will check that also.
You better check that. That's why I'm giving this.
Yeah. Okay. Then Schedule 5D for expenditure on film industry. These are reintroduced by the Saubhagya Dakma team. Actually, who make the film can claim the. Yeah.
I have one small doubt.
Yeah,
Whether I have a luxury watch collection, whether
okay.
we have to disclose it under movable property or not. So
It would be better to disclose.
it's better to disclose. No?
Better, definitely. Whatever the gems or jewelry you have to disclose, no? Similar way.
Yes.
If you have collection of the antique items or whatever, you have to disclose.
Under the movable property. Makes sense.
Yes. And also there are some places specifically available to disclose some items.
Yeah, gold and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thanks.
Good. And as I told you, then qualifying payment we have relevant schedules. Okay. Under those items, you can see how many items available. And this document will help you to understand about the return properly. Okay. Then Schedule 6, withholding tax on final withholding payments. In the current scenario, you know, we have final withholding payment for one is winning from lottery, other one is dividend. Winning from lottery subject to 14% withholding tax if the winning is more than 500,000. If it is less than 500,000 exempt, then regarding dividend, 15% withholding tax applicable for dividend. It is final withholding tax payment. And another one, gems sold at the gem auction organized by the National Gem and Jewelry Authority, subject to 2.5% withholding tax. It is also final. Currently, we have only 3 items as final withholding tax, but as per the original act, we had the interest income also, which is subject to 5% withholding tax as final withholding tax, but currently we don't have. Okay. Those are available here. Schedule 7, advance income tax or withholding tax paid, right? You can see here, these are general things. There are subschedules for credit. So, sorry, those are subject to withholding tax payments. Then Schedule 8 tax calculation. Then you can see how the tax rate to be applied on the taxable income. For example, if the individual having capital gain income, it should be taxed at the 10%. Still 10%, it has not been changed yet. Next year, it may be increased to 15%. Okay, like that. And others going with the parallel with the table. And then we have other cases also with the declaration. And if you go to the Schedule 9 tax credits, mainly foreign tax credit, when we prepare the credit schedule, we have followed the first in, first out mechanism. Where the refund is not available, those items put in the list as first item, and therefore foreign tax credit is the first one. And second one, 60% of self-assessed tax refund claim. What is that? 60% of self-assessed tax refund claim. As per the current scenario, yes, without auditing of the refund declared by the taxpayer, 60% of the refund can be utilized by the following year. If you have previous year refund, 60% of the refund can be used for the following year. That is the rule. Okay, therefore that part can be claimed here. And also regarding employment income, what is the credit we have is APIT. You know, if it is a simplified return and currently even standard return, these figures will be updated automatically if the employer has done this responsibility properly. That means compliance, on time compliance by the employer, then employee get the benefit. Then we have another credit. It is also relevant to the employment income term tax paid on terminal benefit. Then if the partnership income is available, then credit on the partnership income available for the partnership tax what is paid. And then other withholding tax, AIT. Then capital gain tax paid, special rate 10%. Then tax paid on gain on realization of investment asset from the partnership. Individual asset may be, partnership asset may be, like that. Then installment payment. Made by AIT or withholding tax by employer or other people, withholding agents. Then after making those adjustment, you have even self-assessment we should have Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and final payment. You have to disclose them. Okay. Then Schedule 10, loss adjustment. Loss adjustment. Right? Then there can be brought forward losses and current year losses like that. Then what are the things with the return and annexures? As I told you, this annexure contain the relief. When it comes to the relief regarding individual, personal relief 1.2 million available for the year of assessment 2024-25. For 25-26 we have 1.8 million. And another relief with the individual is rent income. If the individual having rent income, he can claim actual repair expenses or 25% of the rent income as qualifying payment under relief. Then if anyone having actual repair expenses more than 25% of the calculation, then he can claim actual amount. If he having less than 25%, then he can use the 25% scenario. No issue. Right? That is about the rent relief 25. In addition to that, we have already discussed solar relief 600,000. Okay. And then we have exempt amounts. In the employment income, we have anything received for personal injury, for death of person, not subject to tax. It is unfair. That is why it was made exempt. Whatever received on injury or death of a person should not be taxed. Even in the insurance industry, we have different treatment for general insurance premium and different treatment for right. Then regarding government sector pension is exempt, and also if any retirement benefit received such as compensation, if it is paid on equal terms, on uniform basis, it is having the some kind of the exemption and concession scenarios. If not, no. However, regarding EPF, we have exemption. Therefore, similar funds like EPF entitled for the getting that benefit. And other categories of qualifying payment available in this list, and you can go through with them. It's a lengthy list available. Okay. See, tax rates we have then What are the final withholding payment coming under this category? Concession rate. Right? Okay. Then let's move to the other document. We will touch some areas quickly. When it's come to the charging of income tax, as I told you that day, if you remember, I opened the Inland Revenue Act and I asked you to use the soft copies of Inland Revenue Act, and I highlighted that what are the benefits with the using of the soft copy of the Inland Revenue Act other than the hard copy. Then, as I told you, charging section deals with the charging of income tax. It is charged on the year of assessment basis, and income tax is charged on a person on his taxable income and on his final withholding tax payment. Final withholding tax payment. Okay. Then amount of income tax payable is equal to total of the amounts payable under subsection 1. That means tax on taxable income and tax on final withholding payment, both. Okay. Then income tax payable shall be calculated by applying the relevant rates available in the first schedule of the Act after deducting any foreign tax credit, which is explained in the section 80. Right? Then, as I explained previously, under credit scenario, if anyone having foreign income, okay, sometime that income is subject to tax in that foreign country. Therefore, we have to give the credit for foreign income by applying foreign credit. Okay. In this scenario, I have to explain something with you. In the taxation, we have two main rules. One is resident principle, other one is source principle. Resident principle and source principle. Resident principle means, if anyone become a resident of a country, he has to pay tax on his global income in the country which he is resident. Simple scenario. If it is resident, global income is taxable at the country where he is resident. If it is non-resident, only income arised or derived from such country is subject to tax. That is source principle. Where the income source is available, tax should be paid to that country. Then we have mainly, as I told you, year of assessment interpretation here. And also, I have to tell you, our income tax period always year of assessment. The period of year of assessment is 12 months period commencing from the first day of April of the any year and ending up with the 31st day of March in the immediately succeeding year. In the previous Inland Revenue Act, we had similar interpretation, but in the current Inland Revenue Act, the provisions right? Then, as per the current act, there is an option to change the year of assessment. To change the year of assessment. Not to change the financial year, to change the year of assessment. Right? A trust or company may apply to the Commissioner General for a change to its year of assessment, and the CG may, on such terms and conditions as the CG thinks fit, approve the change. This is only applicable for trust or companies. It is not applicable for partnership. It is not applicable for individual businesses. Right? In 2017, this was discussed, and 2018, policy decision has been taken by IRD and Finance Ministry not to allow year of assessment change at the beginning. Therefore, if the changing of year of assessment given, what will happen? What will happen? What is the return submission date then? Is it November 30th?
No.
Yes. Then how many months, so how many days available to submit the return after the end of the year of assessment? As per the current scenario, standard, whatever the
6
return. Yes.
6 months.
Is it 6 months or more than that?
7 months. No?
Hmm?
April to November.
Yes. How many months?
8.
8 months, no? 8 months.
Yes.
For the final payment, we have April, May, June, July, August,
6 months.
September. 6 months. Right? 6 months. For the final payment. That is why I told you, in the current scenario, interest cannot be waived off by the Commissioner General also. Interest cannot be waived off. Therefore, please ask your friends if they have liability for current year without waiting. Yes. We have taken that decision to reduce the gaps can be arise. Okay. This is one of the best practices which used in the world. That you know, if you consider most of the international schools in Sri Lanka, their financial year always going parallel with the academic year. They have September to August. September to August as the period. Right. Then charging of income tax on person means an individual or entity and includes a body of person, corporate or unincorporated, and executive, non-governmental organization and charitable institution. And since the person includes entity defines, entity means a company, partnership or trust, but exclude an individual. When it's come to the interpretation sections, as I told you, current act we have 195, 96, 97 and 98 as interpretation sections. You should be familiar with them. And also what I want to tell you is, if you compare the person definition in the previous Inland Revenue Act, do you remember? If any interpretation available with means, that is strict interpretation. You cannot put anything into that interpretation. But if it is includes, it's a broader interpretation, not the restricted one or strict one. Therefore, it can be changed time to time. Right. In the previous Inland Revenue Act, you can compare the person interpretation. It starts with the person includes. Right. In this scenario, company. Actually, I was able to participate for very important event yesterday at PIM. It was a late Professor Udita Liyanage memorial oration. And yesterday, who was the orator? Dr. Harsha Cabral. He has done nice around 1 hour presentation regarding the Companies Act with the responsibilities of directors. Okay, how the new Company Act having new amendments, new inclusions, and compare with the previous Companies Act. Likewise. Right. Then you can take the company interpretation here and then you can go to the income sources. With the dominant principle, we have 4 sources of income. Already we know that. And when it's come to the resident non-resident scenario, if anyone spend more than 183 days in Sri Lanka, we consider him as resident. Here, as I told you, where the source principle and resident principle coming on. If the case of the resident person, wherever the source arises should be taxed in Sri Lanka. In the case of non-resident person, income arises in or derived from source in Sri Lanka subject to tax in Sri Lanka. Right. That is what I told, resident principle and source principle. On the other hand, if we come to the four sources of income, mainly we have three. Other source of income is, if anything not coming under the employment, business or investment, we can put them into the other source of income. I have one question to you. Do you know about passive income and active income for taxation? Passive income and active income. Yes? Passive and active income. Out of these four, we remove the other sources. Then we have three: employment, business, and investment. Then I have a question. Whether employment active or passive? Yes?
Active.
Active income, yes, active. Because to get the employment income,
You have to
the
work,
employment income, you have to
work for.
work. You have to involve with the employment. Yes? You have to involve with the employment. To get the employment income, you have to involve with the employment. Business income. Is it active or passive?
Active.
Active, yes. Again, you may run the business by yourself if it is a sole proprietor business. If you are doing a profession, you are providing that service, professional service by yourself. If you are running a partnership business, you can run the partnership business by yourself or together with the other partner. There may be partners who are full-time working partner, similar to hired people working for the business, but they are hired by yourself as partners. Therefore, again active. If it is a company, company also having hired people to run the business, then it is also active. What about the investment? Investment. Most of the investment incomes are coming under the passive income. If you invest your money in a FD, you are getting interest income. You are getting interest income. You are getting interest income. If you purchase shares of a company, you are getting what?
Dividends.
You are getting what? Yes?
Dividends.
Dividend income. It is passive income. If you sell those shares on right time, what you get?
Capital gains.
Capital gains. Again, it is passive income. If you rent out your building, you are getting rent income. Is it active or passive?
Passive.
Passive. If you have your own intellectual property, If you give it to someone to use, what is the income you received? Royalty. Royalty. Is it active or passive?
Passive.
Passive.
If you are not involved in, it must be a passive.
What is involving?
We'll say you have a kind of royalty, so you don't have to involve it. Maybe with an agreement of royalty, you can just give it to a third party. So you don't have any involvement. Sometimes in some
Involvement you
cases,
highlight. Yes. Can you give me some example?
I think with BMW, Sri Lankan person is having kind of a royalty with kind of logo design or something. I can't sure about that.
Yeah. However, for example, if you taste Coca-Cola in Sri Lanka, India, Malaysia, Singapore, wherever, contains the same taste. Same taste. How it maintains? How it maintains? Yes. Secret formula.
Yes.
Secret formula with the country which developed the secret formula in the Coca-Cola group. Then, wherever Coca-Cola produce, subsidiary companies or related party companies in the world should pay royalty to the secret formula owner or who is having the recipe. Then they have to do R&D to further establish or further develop of that secret formula. However, the income received by relevant owner is passive income, not the active income, royalty. Then most of the insurance companies currently promote some of the product like tax-free investment. As per the tax law, you are getting annuity after the completion of the relevant installment making paying period, you are getting annuity. Annuity also passive. That means if you are directly or using someone else, if you are directly involved with the process, business, then those are coming under active. Whatever the income you received without doing any other process or whatever, it is passive income. Passive income. In the current scenario, investment income coming under the passive income category, employment and business coming under the
Active.
active income. Yes, active income. Then winning from lottery also passive. And what are the others? Capital gain. You have capital asset. Capital gain also passive. Now you know how the active, passive, and how the resident principal and source principal. When it's come to the deciding resident, non-resident, there are so many conditions. We'll see later. And also, sometimes we have to go to the double tax avoidance agreements also. Double tax avoidance agreement to get the support for deciding resident, non-resident. As I told you, as with section 21, of Inland Revenue Act. Employment should be taxed on cash basis. Business income should be taxed on accrual basis. Investment income can be taxed on either cash or accrual basis. Other income also similar manner. In the current Inland Revenue Act, there are specific provisions which deals with the tax computation. However, current Inland Revenue Act going parallel with the accounting standard. Therefore, accepted accounting principles inter alia Sri Lankan Financial Reporting Standard considered as correct for tax purpose with relevant tax adjustments. And if anyone getting sufficient amount of money, then we can consider that scenario, how the amount has been recognized in the accounting and how that sufficient amount of money received from the business or employment or other like that tax purpose. Okay. In addition to that, Section 120 subsection 2 of Inland Revenue Act number 24 of 2017 has provided mandatory legal requirement for Mr. Priyantha. Mandatory legal requirement for tax agents to act as approved accountant. If anyone acting as approved accountant, when he's engaged in the on preparation of income from business or investment, he has to do the attest. Or he has to attest the accuracy and completeness of the accounts prepared for tax purpose. That is why I went through with you with the slide presentation, which we are going to upload to the IRD website together with the IIT written as simple guide. I told you, I show you two places where part A and part B. Part A should be completed by taxpayer or tax agent by providing the details of the tax agent. Part B should be completed by the relevant taxpayer. Therefore, these things are available, right? When it's come to the accounting standard, you know, we have full SLFRS, SLFRS for SME and SLFRS for small entities. When the companies or businesses following full SLFRS, I think it is totally going parallel with the accounting also, together with the taxes also, but there are some adjustments for tax purpose. When it's come to the SME sector SLFRS, they also use up to some extent accounting standard in the good manner, then tax purpose, those can be accepted. But in the last scenario, it depends. It depends. Okay. When deciding the resident, section 69 is very much important. After discussing this part, I will complete the session today. You can go with them again if you need. Section 69 says, an individual shall be resident in Sri Lanka for a year of assessment if the individual resides in Sri Lanka. How long? Reside in Sri Lanka. Is present in Sri Lanka aggregate to 183 days or more. 183 days or more in any 12 months period. 12 months period. Then, if a government official, see the rule, is an employee or an official of the government of Sri Lanka and his spouse is posted abroad during the year. You know, we have diplomatic people who are representing Sri Lanka and working in outside Sri Lanka. And also we have some secretaries, especially Commerce Department, likewise, and Foreign Service. They are working in the country which outside Sri Lanka more than 183 days there. But although they are out of Sri Lanka, we consider them as resident in Sri Lanka because they have sent to those countries to represent the Sri Lanka as an official duty. Therefore, we consider them as the resident. In addition to that, is an individual who is employed on a Sri Lankan ship. If anyone working in a Sri Lankan ship, within the meaning of the Merchant Ship Act, during the period of the individual is so employed, you know, sometime when anyone get into the ship for his duty and his return to Sri Lanka may be more than 6 months, even more than 6 months. Then if we consider original scenario 183 days, we have to consider them as non-resident. But law provides that we can consider them as non-resident, resident for tax purpose, even though they are spend more than 183 days outside Sri Lanka, and as per the general principle, general rule, even though they are non-resident. When it's come to the partnership is decided as resident if it is formed in Sri Lanka or the management and control of the affairs of the partnerships are exercised in Sri Lanka. If it is a trust, if the trust is established in Sri Lanka, it is Sri Lankan trust. If the trustees of the trust is resident in Sri Lanka, it is a Sri Lankan trust. Or a person resident in Sri Lanka direct or may direct senior managerial decision of the trust is Sri Lankan trust. That means trust manager. If the trust manager is in Sri Lanka, then that is Sri Lankan trust. Right? When it's come to the company, if it is incorporated or formed under the laws of Sri Lanka, that means Companies Act, we consider it as a Sri Lankan company. If the registered or principal office of the company is in Sri Lanka, then it is Sri Lankan company. Registered or the principal office available in Sri Lanka. At any time during the year of assessment, if the management and control of the affairs of the company are exercised in Sri Lanka, the management and control of the affairs of the company are exercised in Sri Lanka, then it is Sri Lankan company. Management and control of the affairs of the company are exercised in Sri Lanka. It is Sri Lankan company. Right? Then we can see companies, resident company and non-resident company. If it is a resident company, it can be incorporated in Sri Lanka or formed in Sri Lanka or registered office in Sri Lanka, principal office in Sri Lanka, or control and management happening in Sri Lanka. If it is non-resident, it can be incorporated somewhere else, formed in somewhere else, or registered or principal office available out of Sri Lanka, control and management happening outside Sri Lanka. Okay. Regarding trust, we discussed this. And here I have given tax related due dates, income tax. And this is the process of tax computation. Right. Next day, we will start the employment income. Right. Any question?
So when considering the accounting standard for the
Okay.
government organization, Sri Lanka Public Sector Accounting Standard also valid?
Pardon?
Sri Lanka Public Sector Accounting Standard slips us.
Yes. Those are applicable. Regarding government corporations, they follow that, no?
Yeah.
Yes. Any other question?
Excuse me. Now in
Yes.
future, we are not going to have a city form. So if so, how, based on what we are going to pay quarterly taxes?
I think we develop remis based on the previous law. That is 1/4 of the previous tax liability as quarterly payment and final payment scenario. Okay.
You mean we have to pay 1/4 of the previous year? Then?
Yeah, maybe. Still law is not finalized, then too early to talk that.
Yep.
We'll
From
see.
next quarter is yet to come, no?
Yes. For year of assessment 2026-27
Yeah.
as per the proposal. Any other questions?
So we
No.
are, sir, one question. So
Yes.
we are government organization. We
Okay.
issue energy permits for the 20 years period. Then according to the, we issue energy permits for the
Okay.
developers. Then
Okay.
the validity period of the permit is 20 years.
Okay.
Then according to the public sector accounting standard, we
Mm.
allocate our revenue for the 20 years. We
Okay.
recognize. Then it's a 100 million permit. We issue the permit in 2025.
Hmm.
We collect 100 million at the time we issue the permit.
1/20th, no?
Yeah.
Yes.
We collect total permit fee at the time. When we
Yes.
issue the permit. We issue
I think your mobile phone is ringing.
we collect the full payment at the time we issue the permit.
Yes.
But we recognize only 1/20th for the revenue as for the financial year.
Yes.
Then for the income tax purpose
In the
also.
SLFRS also it is same, no?
Right.
Who are from the private sector, can you support
Yeah.
me? As per the SLFRS, how the income recognition mechanism as per the SLFRS 15? If the same scenario available in the private sector. Yes.
Then it is for the income tax purpose also it is okay now.
Yes, yes. When you discuss the business income scenario, you will realize that there is a provision in the tax law, income received on accepting the restriction to conduct the business. In the investment income also we have income received for accepting the restriction to do the investment. That means someone asked you to not to do the business and pay some amount for the 5 years. Someone asked you to not to do the investment and pay some amount as your compensation. It should be recognized on annual basis. Because your income is applicable for 20 years, no? Am I correct?
Yes. Yes, sir, correct.
Yes, there may be some practical issues. For example, I received one appeal settlement issue. Korean company or Chinese company, Korean I think, has taken one land with huge quarry and agreed to utilize that quarry within 10 years, but within 5 years they have totally used the quarry and whatever the after 5 years there was a big pond on the land. They have taken, even excavated all the part of the quarry, rock, okay, rock, and rock became the pond. Then they have agreed to recognize income on 10 years, but within 5 years, rock has been disappeared. Okay, like that. In those are special scenario, but in license case, it cannot be like that. No, you have to recognize, and you have to keep the liability and income both. No, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. Since the time is okay, actually it is 9:45 now, 45 years. We went last day also up to 9:45. Extremely sorry for the delay for the joining today. And, okay, then let's wind up the session for the day. I will share the document both with you. Okay. Thank you. Good night
Thank
for
you and good
everyone.
night, Mr. Sam.
Thank you. Good night.
Okay.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Good night.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Good night. Okay. You are welcome.